In the pricing settings menu of GoProposal, there's many different features that allow you to tailor the way your services are presented and structured. Let's take a look at the pricing settings and what it is you can do in this section. To edit our pricing settings, we're going to come to Configure, then Pricing Tool Setup. The first tab that we will come to will be Pricing Settings. So within here, we can define our annual revenue range and our second revenue style pricing ranges as well. So you can see I can edit these, I can add new ranges in, and I can delete ranges out. If I need a second revenue style pricing range, such as investment size, number of properties, or anything that's going to be overarching across our proposal, we can add that in there as well. So for our annual revenue range, we can see this in the front end, but also we can see my investment size is now in there as another overarching selection. Within my line items, you can see these options pulling through for my revenue range, so I can associate different prices to the different options, and I can do the same for investment size as well. We can also see that these appear in the Please Note section in our table. In this section, we can also decide whether we're going to show the fees in the proposal as a full breakdown or just to show totals only. Now, it's worth noting this is just a default selection. We can always override this. This option here in the front end will give us the opportunity to override whichever our default is. So you can see my table here, I'm just showing the totals only. There's no cost associated to each line. But then if I have show full breakdown selected, you can see each line item has got its price associated with it. In pricing settings, we can decide whether we want to show subsection totals or not in our proposals. So the subsections totals will give us the option to be more flexible with the way we present our services. So in the front end, I can click on the eye here and choose whether to show the full breakdown of bookkeeping services, for example, or just the totals only. So we can see in here in my investment costs that the bookkeeping services has been collated into a single cost, but for my compliance services, we've still got the full breakdown. But if I change that back in the calculations page, we can now see I've got the full breakdown again. It's also worth noting that I can define my defaults in the line item sections as well when I've got this enabled. To look at price rounding, we can come down to this section here. Using the price rounding feature, we can decide whether we want to round prices or not. By default, we'll round it to the nearest pound, but you can choose to not do that just by ticking this box here and saving those settings. We can also define our currency. We can also have a minimum monthly fee that's associated to all of our proposals. So if we want to just have an overarching minimum monthly fee, we can do that here. But it's also worth noting that in our proposal templates, we can define proposal-specific minimum fees. In the pricing settings, we can set up our tax rates. So if I'm connected to Xero or QuickBooks, I can pull through tax rates defined in there. Or it may be that I just want to set up my own tax rate in here to be associated with a line item. Then within each line item, I can define which tax rate I should use. If I don't select a specific one, every line item will use the default tax rate. Within the pricing settings, down at the bottom, we can also define the upsell section. This will define how we show upsell sections to our clients. So we can see here, I can define it more as a roadmap if I want to talk about services that they're going to need in the future, or I may want to refer to them as services to consider if I want to take a softer approach. Down here at the bottom of the pricing settings section, I can also choose how to display my fees for the upsell section. I can choose to always show the fees broken down, which means that in my upsell section, I will present the costs to the client as well as the description. So I can choose to not show the breakdown of the fees and just show the description and any calculations I've selected. So within the pricing settings, I've got the freedom to control the way my fees are presented and also the way they're calculated. If you still need any help at all, don't hesitate to get in touch. Drop us a message on the chat and we'll be here to help.